Power. Y'all please follow us at our social media. We're currently on Instagram at B.M.B. Power 3. We're also on Facebook at B.M.B. Tell It Like It Is, and then we're on Twitter at B.M.B. Power, and then we also on Anchor, which at B.M.B. Power, okay, at Gmail. So yeah, we are just talking about issues that we care about, things that matter to you guys as well, current events, and just things that are going on that we can discuss. And so let's go ahead and get started.
Right.
Once again, B.M.B., this is Brent, Meldrick, and Braxton. All right.
I'm Brent.
There you go. All right, Brent, and there's Meldrick. So what do y'all want to start with today? What do y'all want to start at?
Well, the biggest thing that's going on right now in the news right now, talk about RONA. The truth about a RONA, she ain't that good to me.
Talk about RONA.
Yeah.
So what about RONA? What we want to talk about dealing with RONA? And what for y'all don't know who RONA is, that's the coronavirus.
Coronavirus. We're just trying to give it a nickname.
COVID-19.
COVID-19. What's that 19 mean? They knew about it back in it was known about in 2019.
Exactly. That's when it was known about it. We just now doing something about it though. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of folks is scared and worried for no reason. I mean, I understand you got to be cautious, yes, of course, but some people like blowing it way out of proportion, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just, it's like I said it the last time, it's just something new, and so they don't have much information about it as they probably would like, but. And so I kind of think that's what got everybody going a little overboard with stuff. But the media hype stuff up, and people believe everything that they hear and see. So people just go nuts, basically, and lose their minds. And
nuts.
Yeah, folks are going crazy.
I was being stupid.
Some people out here, man, they crazy.
Well,
they don't know what to do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What I've been doing, anytime I go out and I gotta just go, like if I go to the store and come back home, this might seem over the top, but I get out all my clothes, throw them in the washer, and I'll spray the bottom of my shoes with disinfectant.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So I mean, to tell you the truth, I wasn't too far away from that before all this, because I'm probably, how far can I get my fingers? I'm probably that close from being OCD anyway, because I'm just a clean freak, neat freak. Everything got to be in its place, and I just don't fool with it. Don't come around me and be junky. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And that go for both y'all. You just come being junky. I just can't do it. Can't do it.
You are pretty clean, but
I try to be, man, because I got ADD, so everything got to be in some type of form or fashion for me to get some type of sense about it. That I'm gonna be looking real like, I don't know what to do.
What if somebody walked in your house and just started touching everything?
They
breathing all that.
Get out. You got to go. Can't be doing all that.
Actually, before we came to your house and before we left to go to the wedding, I promise you we left Brent's house like 3 times.
Y'all did.
What you talking about?
Yeah, we went outside, he went back inside for something else. Came back outside, went back inside for something else. Oh, let me lock the door. Oh, let me go make sure the front door is locked. And then, like, dang. So I was like, I'm just gonna stand out here and wait. I'm gonna let him finish whatever he got to do.
Luckily I did go back, because hey, you can't talk. You left your shoes.
You left the shoes because you
left your shoes. I ain't leave my.
You left your shoes about the car. You should have got the shoes for Meldrick.
He was putting everything in the trunk.
Everything out the car, and because I made Meldrick spend like you had to buy shoes twice, didn't you?
Yeah, I bought those. The shoes you left, I had just bought them, and then when we got
I
to
didn't
New
leave
Orleans,
them. You should have went back and checked.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what we was talking about before all this footage just came around.
Yeah. Yeah. No. We talking about my wedding, but that's cool. That's fine.
which was a beautiful wedding, very beautiful wedding.
I saw those pictures she sent that.
Yeah, those were nice, Braxton.
Those are good pictures. Yeah, they really
they did a good job.
Yeah, look professional.
Y'all got any video?
No, we didn't have a videographer. It was just
really?
photos. I kind of wish we did there at the end.
I guess it's just from what people took on their phone.
Right, and we got that's the only videos that we have.
Okay. But yeah, at least you got some good pictures of real good pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good, real good pictures, and even some of the videos people did.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And speaking of your wedding, which was in where was your wedding at?
It was in New Orleans.
And New Orleans and Louisiana is the 6th or 7th overall with the coronavirus, and they're just now talking about it in the news. I had posted something about it saying at the moment it was number 6, now it's down to number 7. They wasn't talking about it. They was not talking about Louisiana, New Orleans, where they're having a real issue with this coronavirus, and now all of a sudden now they're starting to put it in the news.
It's a lot of cases.
They keep harking on New York, which has the most cases, California, which has shut down, but they was not talking about Louisiana. And they're number 7, I believe, right now. So this is something people you have to take serious because you might be around somebody, they might have it, but if your immune system is weak, you're more you're worse to get it with the person that had it may not even show any symptoms. So you just got to be careful when you're out. Wash your hands as much as possible. That 6 feet thing, bad bag, give me 6 feet. It's real.
Yeah, I would even say too, try to avoid big crowds. I kind of think it was they had Mardi Gras down there. New Orleans Mardi Gras is a big thing.
Right.
Kind of like here in Texas, South by Southwest is pretty big, but they canceled it. So I think that was good on the part of Austin by canceling that South by Southwest. But I feel like it would have spread, here as well in Texas, kind of similar to New Orleans, the way it is down there.
But did y'all see what happened in Florida?
Oh yeah,
young people still going down there, and the video top man. This is how we gonna get down. We gonna get lit. We finna do the dang thing. What you gonna do about it? If RONA come, we gonna still do it anyway. Hey, come on. I mean, to me, Ricky Smiley always talk about entitled people, kids, and that was a perfect example of selfish, entitled kids. So you going down there getting lit or whatever, and you take that back home, you might be living with somebody, an elderly person, and then you contract it, give it to them, and then that was just so selfish. The governor didn't even try to shut it down. I think he's just now starting to get to the point where he shut the beaches and stuff down.
Yeah, I think there's some of them. I don't think all of them are shut down just yet. Some of them are.
Okay.
But yeah, that's you're right. That's important. You got to think about somebody other than yourself. But it's hard. I mean, spring break, kids out of school, they're gonna do what they want to do. So it's hard to tell them. And they know the virus doesn't really. If you're younger, it's not really killing a lot of younger people with good immune systems. So.
But it is though.
Yeah, some of them have that. Some young people have that. I mean, I think in the news they were kind of saying that early on. If you were younger, it wasn't going to affect you like it would someone older. So that I think people ran with it, especially younger people.
January,
January.
It was known in January when this came about, and then it took us another 2 months to finally really do anything. Well, not us. It took the Trump administration another 2 months to finally do something about it. Well, he said it was a hoax. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats was another scheme to get him try to ruin his presidency. Right. And as you can see now, it was not a hoax.
It was definitely for real. And you'll see how, I mean, they said we have the most cases now of people that just
Yeah,
have it.
over
Like the U.S.
100,000
has the
cases.
most cases. Yeah, that's crazy.
100,000 cases. Matter
Yeah.
of fact, it's a website called, what's it called? World O Meter. World O Meter. And they give, I mean, good, accurate coronavirus updates. It's over 660,000 cases, over 30,000 deaths, but there are over 142,000 recoveries from this. So, I mean, there are people recovering from this, but still yet, it's over 30,000 deaths here in the, well, let me take in, no, I want to make
Not
sure
30.
this is,
We don't have 30,000 yet.
no, that's
That's a lot.
worldwide. That's over
That's
the
worldwide.
world.
Yeah, we don't
Now,
have that.
here in the United States, it's about over 2,200 deaths,
Mm-hmm.
but it's over 120,000 cases.
Okay.
In the United States or in the world?
And just right here in the United States, it says it's over 123,000 cases, over 2,200 deaths, and there's about 3,200 people recovering from the coronavirus. And that's just in the United States. So we have surpassed Italy. Italy is at 92,000 cases, but they have
more deaths.
They have more deaths. It's over 10,000 deaths.
Yeah.
Wow.
And see, we had a lot of people who was going places and coming back too. So I don't know if those other countries had people leaving and coming back as much as we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And especially around this time of the year, people are always going on vacations and stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, hopefully they can get a handle on this too. But this is my thing. What I don't want to happen is what if, like, and I'm not giving Trump any credit, but please believe that. But what if the thing kind of clears up in the summer because of the heat, but it come right back in the fall if you don't get a vaccine for it or start getting testing ready for it. And another thing, in 2018, he fired and let go of the pandemic. What was it called?
I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, I got it right here. I want to make
pandemic response team or
yes,
something.
that's it. That's
the
it.
name of it?
The Obama's the Obama transition team, when they left office, they pretty much gave the Trump administration a blueprint on how to handle a pandemic. And he's sitting up there lying, trying to say that the Obama administration, they didn't leave any tests. Well, fool, you fired the pandemic team and the blueprint. You basically went away with the blueprint that the Obama transition team left, just in case and it's not just in case if this happens, when it happens. That's just it. He up there talking about if this happens again, not if, when this happens again.
Mm-hmm.
So just think if he would have just let go of his ego and followed through on what President Obama's transition team left behind, we might have enough tests and even probably a vaccine by now when this happens. But, you know, it is what it is. And we have to handle what's going on right now.
Right.
So,
you're not gonna give him any credit, bro?
No, I'm not. I'm not giving him out one thing of credit.
They're giving out checks. They're giving out checks right now.
Well, okay, you want to talk about the checks? Okay, the first two bills they wanted to pass was just basically bailouts for him and his corporation homies. And for the least of these, it seemed like the poorer you were, the least you were going to get. At least, and that's why people say Nancy Pelosi rejected the bill. Be glad she did reject the bill. And the one that they came up with, where it was something for the corporation, something for the people, and they did come together, Republicans and Democrats, put a bill together, the true $2 trillion deal to help the American people and businesses. Instead of just bailing out the businesses, they're going to get a low interest, 0% interest loan.
No, okay.
So
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
that some of the big corporations were trying to get bailed out. Which
right,
some of them get bailed out a lot already when things like this happen, or when their
exactly,
business is not performing, or when the economy goes down.
right,
Then they
and that
use
was
that
one
money
thing.
to invest back into the company for
Yeah,
their investors to have more money. So it doesn't. It's not good. I guess like when it's not good like management or money management on
right.
their part. When they get this money, this bailout money, and they use it to invest back into their company for their stock, their shareholders to get more money.
You said you put a nail on the
Um,
head when you said stock buybacks.
right, stock buybacks. That's
Hmm.
exactly. And
And
so
see, and that was half the
go ahead.
problem when President Obama bailed out the banking industries
Hmm.
and the car industries, which was good to save the economy, but you should have put more stipulations on there, like, you need to put this back into your employees or whatever, not
Yeah,
for y'all.
right. The employees should be the ones, the people who are actually making the business go,
Hmm.
kind of on the ground. Who should be the ones getting the money back. So um, yeah. So I mean, I guess now that they approved it, it's supposed to be better. So hopefully, people who
Right.
really need the money actually getting it, which is.
I think it's supposed to be $1,200 per person,
Mhm.
and I think if you have children, it's $500 per
Per
child.
child. Yeah.
Right. Right.
And I think it's if you made under so much money. I think under
It's
$75,000.
75,000 here.
based on your income tax from last year.
Matter of fact, if you go to our Facebook page, B.M.B. Tell It Like It Is Facebook page, it is posted all right there on the Facebook page. All you have to do is go to Facebook, the search engine, type in B.M.B. Tell It Like It Is, and there is an article talking about what are the people going to get back from the stimulus bill.
Good.
But yeah, Melvin, you're exactly right. 75,000. If you're making under 75,000, it's $1,200. 80,000, $950. 85. 700. The more you make, the less you're gonna get. Now with the first two bills, the less you make, the less you were gonna get.
Right.
I was also looking with, and I love the leadership that the governor of New York, he's giving those briefings every day on what he needs, and he said something about how they're pausing mortgage payment. But he said it's gonna be put on towards the back end of your loan. So that'll let you know that you're not gonna get paused 3 months and you're not gonna pay it. It's just gonna be put further on the back end of your loan.
Yeah.
So if you're on a 30-year loan, when you get towards the end of your loan, you're gonna be paying that back.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think how it breaks down when you get a loan, and I might be wrong, please forgive me. Y'all don't kill me. I think at the beginning you're paying more towards it's one way or another where you're paying more on the interest,
yeah.
and then towards the end of it, then you're paying more towards the principal.
Right.
So I just can't remember if it's the interest in the beginning or the principal in there. And
Usually the interest in the beginning.
Interest in the beginning.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
That's with any loan, whether it be a house, car loan,
Right.
just a personal loan. Yeah, you pay towards the interest in the very beginning, unless you put a
nice,
unless you put a bunch of money. Yeah, unless you put a bunch of money towards it and then end up paying towards the principal.
Right. Because I think that's what I do for my mortgage. I pay it, but then I pay a little bit more, and then I say put that towards the principal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it is real out here. Like, what's that Cardi B said? Coronavirus, getting real. So
yeah,
protect yourselves, people. Protect yourselves at all times.
All right. So what else? What else we need to talk about, y'all? I'm trying to. We talking about coronavirus. I know there's a lot of other stuff going on too. What else we need to discuss?
Well, I mean, how we, like when we said in our intro video, we're three dudes. We work in ministry. We work close with our pastor, and even though with us being up here, we still help out as much as we can with Bishop and Lady Mia back in Temple. And Meldrick, you there right there with them. You a deacon in the church, so y'all took more precautions on how to handle this pandemic, and because at first it was gatherings of 500, 250. Now it's down to 10. So, I mean, what have y'all done to? What are y'all doing?
Well, I had to work last Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and so I went to church to see exactly what they did. I just know what the setup they had, so I didn't get a chance to see. I'll see tomorrow, but I didn't get a chance to see what they did exactly. I just know what they had set up.
Okay.
They had like I said, I was telling y'all last time, they had seating set up where people would sit at a certain distance apart. Um, uh, if there was a certain number of people inside the service, when somebody finished and left, then someone else could come in. I think, and everybody was only sanctioned. I mean, not sanctioned. Only everybody was only in one area of the church. I think we were going in, one way in, one way out. I think.
Okay.
Of course, they had the bathrooms and stuff open, but most of the church was cut off. So they had everybody in one area for the most part. But like I said, I didn't get a chance to see how things went because I had to work last Sunday. So, but I'll definitely see how things go tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I know I know the church is going to be open from 9. If it's the same thing as they had last week, it was open from 9 to 1, and at 10:30, I think is when he does his message. And so his video message he'll do. I'm not sure how long the message goes for.
Okay.
But he does a message for starting at 10:30 until I guess whatever time he finishes. Up until then, I think they have prayer, and I think I'm not sure if they're having class or not. They may not.
They're not having
I
classes.
don't think they're having class. So I think they just had the sanctuary open from, like I said, from that 9 to 1 p.m. And then, like I said, at 10:30, he does his message, and then I guess after that, once he's done with his message, um, I think they shut everything down after 1. So,
Okay.
so like I said, I'll get a chance to see exactly how it operates tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, but this is a time to see, especially small and mid-sized churches that are not tech savvy. Y'all really need to have something in place for something like this. I mean, a lot of churches say they don't want to do all that stuff. Well, if you want to be engaging with your congregation, you have to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I posted on our Facebook page. Roland Martin did a segment where he showed different things that small churches can do to set up a live feed. He had a way to use a tripod with an iPad, or even with your phone. If you just want to just start with the basics, you can have a live for your YouTube, a live for Facebook, a live for Twitter, and Periscope. And then what else did he show? He showed how to basically go live, have somebody watching it, just so when the service is over, you can just cut it off. So I mean, like for us, for Grace Temple Ministries, me and Lady Mia, that's the first lady of our church. We've got everything set up. So GTM family, y'all have no excuse for still not attending church online. Yeah. You can go to YouTube and you'll be able to watch it there. You'll be able to go and watch it on Facebook. Bishop will do a live on Facebook, and then hopefully we'll get it on Twitter, Periscope. We're getting everything worked out. Same excuse for Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. That's church I grew up in. They're set up as well. Mount Zion, y'all have no excuse still not to tune in and watch service. And y'all can still give. You can go to the websites for us, to our church, gracetempleministries.com. It's a text to give. So, there are things in place where you can still give. You can still hear the word. I mean, and these big ministries, you know, they had all this stuff in place anyway because they were going live. They had such a big e-membership. Like Bishop Jakes, he still has a praise and worship team. His musicians are set up, but he might have like 20 people sitting out there, which is just like his staff of people that he works with. And this is just a time for us to utilize technology and be ready for it. I mean, things might get to the point where this is how it's going to be for a while. We don't know how long this thing is going to last. Set up each of these pages and then just, you know, get you some somebody's phone, an iPad, or whatever device you have to set up to go live, and bam, there you go. You can still hear the word. You can connect the feed where the mic can go into the where you can hear the pastor clearly. I mean, it's ways to get this done. And when things are back in order, where we can start going back to church on a regular basis, don't stop doing it. That's how you're going to grow. That's how you're going to stay engaged. Every time we come live on YouTube and all these social media sites, there's a potential of 1 million people to watch you.
Right.
So, I mean, be ready for that and accept it and embrace it. But you ain't got no choice now.
Yeah, you don't. You have no choice. And it's easy to do. Like you were saying, I mean, you just log into a lot of these sites, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, log in, you can live stream directly onto the site.
Right.
Like you said, an iPad, an iPhone, you know, any device you can use. I mean, not any device, but, you know, more of your technical devices or smart, you know, smart devices you can use to stream your services. So that's definitely good information. Good information to be putting out there. A lot of people, I know they were talking, I was listening to a call last night. They were talking about this DJ who was doing a
D-Nice.
Is that I don't know. Is that him?
That's his name.
That's his name.
D-Nice.
Yeah. Doing he was doing his I guess just DJing live, you know, like I don't know, I guess for like the people who are being affected and just kind of, you know, everyone. Like his followers went from like, you know, 100 or so many thousand to like 1 million overnight. So
right.
He had Michelle Obama on there too.
I mean, he went when he saw Michelle, First Lady Michelle was on there. He went crazy. He said, "Oh, we got First Lady Michelle Obama on there." I mean, but it was countless celebrities on there saying "we here." But when he saw Michelle Obama on there, they went crazy. And I think now they're working together to an initiative to get people registered to vote.
He's not the only one. It's been a few DJs have been doing it. Even like local DJs in like local cities and stuff. Local DJs been doing it. And, you know, and it's to keep people, you know, from, you know, from some people trying to say they want to keep their sanity while being cooped up in the house. It gives people something to listen to.
Look forward to.
Yeah, if you like music, you got a chance to listen to some music and get some entertainment. So there's a lot of people doing all kind of live streaming. People be streaming workouts and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, professional artists too. Like I know the guy from Coldplay, like is playing the piano and singing.
Right. I saw that.
Some other stuff too.
I think John Legend did a concert. Erykah Badu did one. So I mean, this is the time to get more engaged in technology and using these social platforms.
Yeah. And you brought up something too that's good too. The next probably big thing coming is voting, you know, and getting people registered to vote. I know right now they're kind of postponing it with everything that's going on, but we definitely need to, you know, be focusing on that too and trying to get people out there.
Because I think what they're doing, they're trying to see about mail-in voting. I mean, there are some states that do mail-in voting, period, but this might become a national thing. Is mail-in voting, so And, you got.
But you wonder too with mail-in voting, is there a way for it to be, you know, you want it to be secure? Is there a way for it to get tampered with? Will people's votes even get counted? You know, will they redo the vote? You know, or say that, you know, you just wonder.
That mail, the whole truck of mail that went missing.
Okay, yeah, something like that. Like, that mail that goes missing. You know, why, you know, is there an app or can we get an app? Maybe something that works, you know, maybe something more secure that works. I know they tried it, where did they try the app and it had a lot of issues?
The Iowa caucus.
In the Iowa caucus, right. So they tried it. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's actually a really good idea, I think. But it has to work a lot better, it'd be a lot more secure and easier for
Because
people to
you know,
vote.
there's one thing I was thinking about, like where I stay for years, I was putting street and it's actually drive.
Mhm.
Now, what if I do the mail-in ballot and I continue to use street and they just count me for that because it's actually drive? I mean,
It's messed up.
there's going to be some type of voter suppression where they're going to do that anyway. I
Right,
mean,
that's the thing. And yeah, you would think by this time we would be able to counter that, or we wouldn't. There wouldn't be voter suppression. We would. It would be more secure
right,
by now, and so maybe this will push us toward that, where voting now can be more secure and not. You don't have to worry about your vote being tampered with or have voter suppression. People saying you can't vote because you put street instead of drive. Those things like that.
right.
That's true voter suppression.
Oh,
That
you
should
know, you sign
stop
your
people from
name.
voting.
You might forget to put the middle initial, but they look
Yeah,
on documents where you use it, and they'll say, "Well, we can't use it because you didn't sign with your." I mean, they're trying all kind of
it
things.
can be. Yeah,
Up
it can
with
be a
I
some
mean,
lot.
kind of excuse.
right. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what happened in Georgia. I mean, when you have the now governor who was the Secretary of State,
Hmm.
basically he looked over the election, and then you saw all this voter suppression that was going on in Georgia. I'm just using Georgia as an example. It
Yeah.
happened. It happened all over the South.
Right.
So I mean, but and the work Stacey Abrams is doing, trying to stop all this voter suppression because
Hmm.
it's real.
That's
So
real. Yeah.
that's another thing. Your vote does count. Do not think your vote does not count.
Yeah.
And because if it didn't, why are they trying so hard to suppress
Stop it.
our
Yeah.
vote? So
Strength in numbers.
that's right.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
if you have more people going out voting, no matter how much they try to suppress it, if that much more people go out and vote anyway and register to vote, then it can't be stopped. So
Right.
Right.
our people stop using that excuse. Our vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
It counted when you know who was in the office.
Right.
Who?
Vote
Obama.
has him and
Him and
Trump.
Trump.
You're
Yeah,
right.
because it
You're
counted.
right.
Yeah, we got Obama in office and we got Trump in office because we didn't vote. We didn't
Right.
go out
What
and
is
vote
you
like we said.
doing?
So we put both of them in office.
I'm sorry,
And
y'all.
so
Chico
what?
got himself tangled up in these cords and stuff. Gone. He scared
Chico
me.
be
I'm
messing.
sorry.
He always be messing with
Yeah.
it.
I'm finna knock the whole thing over. Now he want to play. I'm
But
sorry.
no, you good, you good. I mean, Biden too. Even with Biden here in these primaries, we see how much our vote counts and how important it is. The black, especially the black vote, it really pushed
Hmm.
Biden. In these
And this is a
primaries, you
good
see how good he's doing
segue.
now.
I'm gonna ask y'all this. What are these primaries showing you versus back in 2016?
When
As
Hillary
far
was
as what?
running,
I mean, the number of people voting, the overall turnout in voting, just so far what we've had with these primaries, and from what y'all can see.
there's more people voting now than in 2016. I think with what's going on now in the country and even with our president, it's really pushing people to learn more about politics, to
Yeah,
learn more about voting, to learn more about policy and what's important because we're not trying to you know we don't want America to be the way it used to be. Make
oh, you
America
talking about
great
make
again.
America great?
Yeah, we're not trying to go back, take steps back. We're trying to move forward. And I think, when Trump got in office, it kind of woke a lot of us up. And so we're
Right,
trying, people are now alert and on watch and kind of waking up and realizing,
Hey,
hey, we need to look at this. Do we want another 4 years of this? Do we want people to think that things that he says is okay? Like this is no day and age. Like we
you're gonna have to get out
shouldn't
and
be
go
talking
vote.
like this to other people who are in the offices and people who we're
uh-huh.
trying to work with, be bipartisan with. Like people
Right,
shouldn't
right.
be acting like this toward each other. So I think it's causing us to take a step back and really be more involved. kind of like our show now. Like, I think it's good that we're doing this, and we should be doing this and letting people, or making people aware of what we, getting out and vote, how important that is and what that means. So,
Right.
yeah, I think.
Well, one thing I say that it showed me, and what you said, Brett, all that is definitely true, is that a lot of people in 2000, they just really didn't like Hillary.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't like it.
I'm like, the numbers, like, for example, if you look at Michigan, no, even Florida and Michigan, more, more people voted for Biden, from what I could see, than they did for Bernie in 2016. So I think Bernie was thinking, okay, I'm going to get all those people back in 2020, and he didn't. I mean, all those places where he won, and I think he won the state of Michigan in 2016 against Hillary. And I mean, it's just really showing how people just really didn't like Hillary. But
yeah, I think a lot of people didn't take Trump serious either, though.
Yeah, they didn't think it was going to happen.
Hillary, some people just voted for Trump just because that's Trump. I'm just going to do it, just because it'd be funny, or, just to say I voted. Right. But they didn't take him serious, and he ended up getting a nomination and won. Like, he beat, he got more of the delegates than Hillary did. And so that's nothing. I think that really shows us you can't just sleep on this process. Like you, and I think something you said, Brent, too, like, our ancestors fought for us to vote. They went through too much for us not to vote. So we have to exercise that right,
Let their sacrifices be in vain.
Right. You don't want their sacrifices be in vain. Exactly.
And I love, her name is Tamika Mallory. She works on, I think she's like not one of the founders, but she works on the thing for Black Lives Matter, and beautiful young lady and everything, fine sister. And but she was at that Revolt Summit, and she's saying we need to be delivered from that aspect of saying I'm just voting because my ancestors voted. I see what she's saying, but I totally disagree. If anything, when you say, if you sit back and say, well, I'm not voting because my vote don't matter. Well, you ought to get up and vote anyway, just because. Just think about it. It's just been our grandparents, or even probably our parents. They didn't have the right to vote. They fought for us to have that right.
Right.
And for us to just sit back and say, I'm not going to vote, that's, to me, that is, you, like Mildred just said, you can't take it for granted.
Right.
And you just can't just sit back. I mean, and even if you think about it, every black person voted for Obama in 2008, which they didn't. He still wasn't one. It still had to take some white folks and some other nationality of people, Hispanics, Asian Americans, to vote. I mean, everybody had to come together and vote. But what I think, what I'm saying is, we came out in such big numbers for Obama in 08, which was good. And now, we sit back, you're saying the lesser of two evils, which is with Trump and Hillary. I'm going like, I can't see how you can see the lesser of two evils. I mean, regardless the things that Hillary did or whatever, you mean to tell me you okay with this man who called Hispanic rapists, talked about Muslims, called hating countries SO countries? You willing to accept this and let this man be in office, and the rhetoric that he puts in? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, so have they paid you guys as quarterback yet?
Hell no.
Talk about Dak Prescott.
They paid him yet. They signed him to a franchise.
He got a franchise tag.
Yeah,
they ain't gave him no franchise money.
Nope. But I mean, I don't know what to believe, because they now just saw the other day they saying they still in talks for a long-term contract. I'm going like,
yeah, they in talks right now.
I'm like, I don't know, because people are saying Dak is the one. Him and his people are the ones saying he want more money. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah.
I know
I don't know either.
I know if it was Tony Romo, it wouldn't be this hard for him to get his contract. But
They say
He'd
he's
be paid.
asking for what, 40 million?
is that
Yeah, he wants to be the highest paid quarterback.
quarterback? Does he deserve to be the highest paid? Now I'm a Cowboy. I'm a Cowboy
Right.
fan, but does he deserve to be the highest paid quarterback?
I don't
right
think
now?
he does. I'm gonna be
No.
honest. I think Dak should be somewhere in about, I would say 34, 35, probably 35 at the most. I feel like they playing, I don't know if they playing hardball with Jerry. I'm sure Jerry not playing hardball with them. I feel like they have to meet somewhere in the middle. But Dak, even though Dak had good numbers, it wasn't against really any playoff teams. They didn't beat anybody with a winning record. And those games he had good numbers. Some of those was at the end of the game. So even though he did a really good job, I don't know about the highest paid.
Let's be honest. Some of the games they should have won last season, they lost.
They lost, and I can't put it all on Dak either.
No,
you
can't.
The defense was they was having people. They made people look like all stars.
Right.
Who was it? Trubisky was running all over them. And Trubisky's not that good, but as far as like a passer, but he was looking like the second coming of Lamar Jackson out there against the Cowboys defense. Like it was bad. It was bad. And even Thanksgiving, Josh, the quarterback for the Bills, looked really good.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. He had an okay year. Like he didn't do bad, but he looked. The defense just wasn't. They were not playing good. They're not playing good. So that some people did leave, and hopefully we get some help.
Man, when we lost against the Jets, the
0-4.
Oh my goodness, 0-4. That was terrible.
That was bad. That was bad. They got to go beat the Jets like 50-0 next year. They got to make up for that. I'm sure they got to make up. Brett, I mean not Brett, but Melvin. What about your team? Y'all might be getting a new quarterback.
Right. The
Bengals. We are going to get a new quarterback.
No, y'all are gonna get a new quarterback. Y'all gonna trade him away.
Yeah, he's had his time.
Yeah.
He's done.
Who do you want? You want Tua or you want the guy from LSU?
Bring LSU here.
Bring LSU, okay.
Tua's hurt. He can't play right. We need somebody that can play right now.
True.
And Joe Burrow is the one who can play right now.
Yeah.
So if we get Joe Burrow, we get a few offensive weapons, and we can. Our defense has always been decent. We've had better defenses,
right?
But our defense has always been pretty decent. But we've always had a pretty good defensive line. And
who's your team again?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Go figure.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan.
Fans pay money to go watch the Cincinnati Bengals. Have y'all thought about that? Has anybody thought about that?
Yeah. Marcus Mariota,
yeah. He went to Oakland.
Did he? Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah. He's in Oakland. But yeah, I don't think the Patriots getting back, man. I think they, at least not soon.
Right.
Well, and so we're gonna see now if it was Tom Brady or if it was Bill Belichick.
Right.
So we'll see. We will see this year who really drove the ship.
Right. Exactly.
So,
what y'all think about D. Hopkins getting traded to
they're stupid.
Arizona?
That was the dumbest thing.
How could you get rid of DeAndre Hopkins?
Stupid.
I think the coach got corona and he was just delirious.
He got corona.
Stupid.
He got corona. Now who's it? Kyler Murray. Kyler
Murray is going to eat, bro. I'm happy for him too. Because you got a dog over there. You got an old dog and Larry Fitzgerald, and you got a young dog who's still in his prime with DeAndre.
I
Yeah.
mean,
DeAndre gonna go over there and soak up everything that Larry got to tell him.
but look at him in the toughest situation. You can trust him to catch the ball.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You can throw it either direction. You can throw it to Larry or you can throw it to DeAndre.
Yeah.
So
And it's not
DeAndre,
gonna
one of the
matter.
best receivers out. He's one of the
I'm
top.
telling you.
He's
Yeah.
probably in the top, top maybe 4 or 5 receivers right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
In the
Yeah.
NFL.
He's
Most
one of
definitely.
the elite.
Yeah.
I just don't know what was Houston thinking when they trade. I don't know.
They say that
I
he's
don't even know what they got. Yeah, I don't even know what they got for him.
in return. They got the running back from Arizona.
From
And
Arizona.
I think some draft picks.
Yeah, he got a couple of draft picks and David Johnson, but
David
David Johnson is on the tail end of his career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's not what he was in 2015 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had like 2,000 yards from scrimmage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like the last couple of seasons, he hadn't really had much success. So,
Mm-hmm.
as I'm saying, I don't think it wasn't a good trade-off.
Right.
Right.
Because now those good unless they pick up one of these guys in the draft, because the receiving core this year is really nice. There are a lot of good receivers coming out this year. A lot of good receivers.
Oh yeah, it's deep this year.
Yeah.
It's deep. You got those Alabama receivers coming out. You got Oklahoma receiver coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all. I don't know. Like I said, I keep up a lot of high school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That kid from Oklahoma, C.D. Lamb.
Lamb.
He played against Temple in the playoffs.
Really?
He had.
I remember you telling me about
C.D.
that.
Lamb so cold. Did he go off on him?
He probably had about 7-8 catches. And I think he had over 100 yards receiving. He had a nasty one-handed catch in the middle of the field too, on two of the Temple defenders.
Wow.
But they went to him at the end of the game to try to tie the game up, because Temple was up in that game. And they went to him. He caught it, but he got hit and he fumbled, and that's how Temple ended up. But yeah, he was. I think he had a couple of touchdown catches in that game, and I think want to say he had at least 6 or 7 receptions, probably over 100 yards.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was one of their main focuses in the offense.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, he was nice when he was coming out of high school, and like even as soon as he got to Oklahoma, he was an immediate impact. But yeah, so he's been like that the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be
I think
because he's one of those.
Yeah,
He is, because he's one of those guys. He can go get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's got good size because I think he like 6'2", probably about 6'2", probably about 190, maybe 200 pounds, and he can leap. And he's like deceptively fast.
Wow.
Like he don't look like he moving fast, but he's actually getting by people. So he remind me of that kid that Temple had this year, who going to TCU. His name Quentin Johnson. Because Quentin might be a little bit tall. I think Quentin's 6'4". He could jump out the gym and then he can fly. Yeah. So CD is nice. It's
yeah,
nice.
they said Dallas was gonna draft him. I think.
We'll see. I don't know if he'll make it. I don't know if he'll make it that far.
He might not make it that far. Yeah.
Yeah.
He may not.
He'll make it to the practice squad.
The practice squad. What are you talking, bro? You talking about the practice squad? CD Lamb? He gonna be starting on somebody's team.
Yeah. Okay, you got him. You got the Henry Ruggs from Alabama. The other kid from Alabama, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy, that's his name.
Jerry Jeudy. Yeah.
Yeah. What you call say he might be the best route runner he's seen in about 20 years.
Jerry Jeudy.
Wow. He runs like crisp routes. So it's quite a few guys.
Justin Jefferson from LSU is out. He's coming out.
Yeah.
He was like the number 2 receiver this year for Joe Burrow, or this past year.
And then you got
the guy from Clemson is real good.
Higgins, T. Higgins.
T. Higgins, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to receivers is going to be plenty this year, and all and very good receivers at that. You know, so
Right.
I just don't know what I don't. Tua is good, but I wouldn't draft him. I wouldn't draft him right away because he can't perform right now.
Injury prone.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not recovered fully from his injury yet. I don't think he did any type of pro day or anything. I don't know if he even threw or not. So, like I said, he's a I wouldn't say risk, but I wouldn't invest a whole bunch of money in him right now just because he physically can't perform just because of his injury. You know what I'm saying? So. The kid from Oregon, he's pretty decent. They said he actually had a pro day while all this is going on. He had some.
Wow.
He went ahead and had his pro day.
Yeah.
So they said his pro day was pretty good. So
he looks the guy from Oregon, the quarterback.
Yeah.
He looks good. Y'all think Jalen Hurts is gonna get drafted?
Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
I think a team's gonna pick him up. I think somebody's gonna pick him up.
Yeah, he can come on.
He'll get picked up. He'll definitely get picked up.
He can back up Dak. Well, they kind of play the same. I guess we don't need.
Right, they do kind of have the same game, but I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Dak is good, but I think Jalen is a little bit better.
You think Jalen's better than Dak?
I think Jalen's a little bit better.
I know one thing. He releases the ball quicker than Dak.
Yeah, and he's a little bit better thrower than Dak, even right now. And once he gets into the league and gets with some quarterback coaches that are really good,
right,
he'll end up.
Dak has gotten better though, and Dak's been working a lot. He got that. He does that little thing he does that that work out at the beginning of the game.
When he trying to throw his hip out of placement.
That's getting better, man.
He has gotten better.
I mean, but look at his numbers; they're good.
Yeah, I'm just saying at this point in Jalen's career and where Dak was at that same point,
right?
I say Jalen is ahead. So, and he's a little bit more explosive athlete. So, but he probably won't end up in Dallas. He'll be picked up before, probably before the second round. He'll probably be gone
right
in the first round. So
yeah.
If we even did they say they're going to still have the draft with everything going on?
Yeah,
I think they're going to do it like via stream.
Okay.
I think that's what I found out. They said they were going to do it. Yeah. So Vegas's first biggest thing has already been shut down. There's so much revenue in the sports world that's being lost out on right now.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody's watching TV and movies now. Nobody watching. Well, if you're watching sports, it's a bunch of reruns.
Exactly. They had the Falcons and Patriots Super Bowl. I got mad all over again.
It just make you mad, don't it?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But let me ask, if y'all remember that game, I don't know how the Simpsons keep doing this with these conspiracy theories and just when they had these episodes, because they had an episode of the Patriots and Falcons years ago. Same score, same scenario, and that's exactly what happened.
The Simpsons did?
If you
like
go
the game?
Yeah, I mean the Simpsons taped this episode years ago. If you look it up, Simpsons, type in the Simpsons conspiracy theories, they got a lot of stuff that happened.
They predicted Trump was going to become president.
And the exact way when he announced his nomination, coming down that elevator, they had a scene just like that. So
what?
But that Falcons and Patriots game to the T, and I'm just like, yeah, kind of weird, but go figure.
That's crazy.
They always say that the Simpsons predicting something. Well, there's been a lot of things that have come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, even with this with this coronavirus, it was an episode I think back in 2015 that the start of the episode, it was like the major presidents and CEOs of the networks, they met in this dungeon room and they said we need to come up with some health pandemic just to get the people scared. And I mean, and it's kind of like what's going on now. So that's kind of scary. And
The Simpsons are crazy.
I'm telling you,
Crazy.
what's going on in the NBA?
We can't watch the Lakers. I cannot watch the Lakers. That's what I was wondering about.
LBJ.
Hopefully this season's they're pushing it back, right? So later this year.
Yeah, they postponed it. It's been suspended, so
yeah.
we'll see what they end up doing.
Yeah. LeBron gonna come back. He ain't gonna have no hairline. He ain't gonna have a stomach.
But they say too. Some people saying to give LeBron this much rest, like
any player.
Yeah, like it's gonna be good. It'll be good, like when they come back.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of rest right now, so.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking forward to this year too. So.
I was too.
Yeah, I've been seeing all this stuff for kids in high school though. It sucks for them because their senior years have been just done with.
Right.
Anybody playing basketball, like there's everybody. I think everybody in the basketball season, they were in the playoffs and were like getting ready to head to their state tournaments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it all got canceled. So you have some kids. I saw one school. This is their first time going to the state championship ever, and I think they said 2 or 3 seasons prior they won 0 games, and then this year they only lost 3 games and were on their way to the state championship game and didn't even get a chance to play it. And the team that they were going to play was like ranked number 1 and was undefeated, and so they were going to have a chance to try to play against those. It was a girls basketball team. They were going to get a chance to play against those girls, and to be able to try to go for a state championship.
Yeah, but now.
Well, before we go, y'all want to do the you food?
You could you want to do it real quick,
Mildred?
I don't care what you got.
Okay. All right. So you got you know how mom and them when they season meat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of people have a problem with seasoning it in the sink.
Right.
So, well, I'm gonna say that you food mama, but that's the only way I was only raised to see meat being seasoned was in the sink. My mama did it. Both my grandmothers did it. I just got through seasoning some chicken for tomorrow in the sink.
Now let me ask you this, because I heard this. I think it was on the Ricky Smiley show, and I think somewhere else I heard it on. Now, when people say, some people say they wash their chicken or they wash their meat or whatever. Okay, so
I don't know what you're talking about.
So how are you washing this? Are you putting soap and water on it?
No, not soap and water.
Like, how would you wash it? You just wash it off with hot water?
The only thing I might add with it is I might put like a pinch of vinegar in there.
Okay.
And because it'll get all the impurities out of it. So like all that stuff rises when you pour it in. I mean, just warm water do that, but I just put a little bit thing of vinegar in there and I let it soak. And then I rinse it off real good to get all that slime and stuff off. But like with greens, heck, my mama put a little Joy soap in there and clean her greens. And then she'll take that and put it in another thing of water on the other side of the sink. And then in that sink, you see all that dirt and grime that was in there from them greens. Yeah. And then she'll take it again, rinse, take that water out, put another thing of warm water or whatever, and just wash them greens Make sure she get out some of that soap. I mean, she don't put much soap, but just a little bit. I mean, but I ain't putting no soap on my meat or nothing. But with greens and stuff, I've done that before because I seen her do it. And she said, you know, that's how she always seen her mother did when she cleaned greens. But a lot of people don't. They wash it in a bowl. I mean, but the thing is, you got to pour that juice down the drain anyway. But
well, I mean,
I've never seen it in a season in a sink before.
So how does Auntie do it?
She usually season it in like a pan or like a. That's the way I've seen it season, like a pan.
Well, how does she wash the meat?
Just with water, like hot water.
I mean, but does she do it in the sink or does she do it in the bowl?
No, she'll wash it in the sink. She'll wash it.
That's what I'm talking about. She puts it in the sink, and because I was at somebody's house and she asked me to clean the meat, and I almost put it. No, don't put that in my sink. That's nasty. I'm like,
the juice. The juice from the meat.
How else you want me to clean?
Blood?
I guess that's what her issue was. So my thing is, clean the sink before you put the meat in there.
Yeah, just put
you can clean the meat and all that and season it. Rinse all that gunk out of it. Bleach it down. Let that bleach marinate in the sink and everything, and just let that sit for a little bit. Then wash the sink out. Because I mean, heck, Mama clean chitlins in the sink. I mean, however, my thing, whatever way you gonna do it.
Unless as soon as you open it, you can season it and then you throwing it on the grill.
But how you gonna clean it?
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, it's gonna once you put it on the heat, it's gonna kill the germs. I mean, but yeah, some people, like I say, some people don't. I even heard, and it was, I don't know if it was Quiet Chico, and I even heard that.
You heard him?
Yeah.
Now this dog ain't barked all day. As soon as we get on talking, now he want to bark.
But yeah, I heard that I've heard that some of the, I don't know what you call it, the food people, but they said the best thing to do is if you take it out of the package, is if you go ahead and cook it versus
No.
So I don't know.
No,
I've heard that too. You can just cook it out the package.
No, that's nasty. No.
Well, I mean, it is sealed.
I don't care.
And fired and heat does kill germs.
No, you got to clean that meat before you put it on the grill. That's crazy. Is that what you
tell
do?
me this? Do you when you get some hamburger meat, do you wash that off, or do you go ahead and pat it up and then cook it?
Well, that's good.
Okay, yeah, you got a point there, because I mean, ain't nothing you can really do. You just, but like chicken, it got that slime and stuff on it. And
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, not gonna just like, because most of that stuff, yeah.
Because that thing, what you talking about, Dr. Oz was saying, particularly chicken, just take the chicken from the package and put it on the grill.
Right, because most of that stuff is going to be down off, and it's going to be in the packaging. Like, it's not going to. A lot of that you can probably rinse a little bit of it off because it's not going to have a whole bunch on it. But I mean, yeah, because most of that stuff is going to be at the bottom of the package is where all that slime and extra stuff is going to be. So yeah, once you take it and separate it from that, yeah, if you put it right on the fire, you know, it's going to burn it off. But I mean, now if you set it, if you're going to set it on something else and season it, yeah, I could say you could, you know, rinse it off and then, you know, then season it and then go ahead and cook it. But
I don't care, as long as I'm here on this earth and I get a thing of chicken, I'm gonna clean that chicken. I'm gonna let it soak in some water and get that doggone slime off of it.
Yeah, I think you can do that. But I've heard both. Even something I was looking at, because I was looking at how to cook chicken one day, or just bake it. But the instructions were saying just take it out in the package and put it in the oven. You know, they were saying you can cook it like that.
I know next time I go to either one of y'all houses, I'm gonna watch how y'all.
All right, y'all here.
Yeah, it's time, because this dog finna knock everything off this table again.
Go. Yeah.
If you got a dog, they just like a child.
Right.
Just like a child.
Watching children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we if this is it, we want to thank you guys for listening to us. And if you're on Facebook or Periscope and YouTube and you're watching us, thank you for watching us. We're going to bring out the things that we're interested in. Hopefully you're interested in. And we're going to get to the point where we're going to ask you if you have a topic that you want us to speak about. We're going to have it. You can send to our email, BMB at Gmail. No, I'm sorry, BMB Empower at gmail.com, and you can send us topics what you want us to speak about. We'll research it to the best of our abilities, and then we'll talk about it. And then if you want to support us, we'll get stuff on our YouTube page, our Cash App, and everything else like that, also on our Facebook page. So, and hey, if you have prayer requests, email it to us, message us on Facebook or on the comments in YouTube. We'll pray about it. So we're gonna just be three brothers, and we're gonna pray about it. So another thing you need to see on these social media sites, some men of God, some men of God out here just trying to live a righteous life through Christ